Joining us now is the Trials boogeyman himself. It is Paul Ardila, probably the most hated man in America for leaving the Team Americas for Team Europe. Paul, tell me about what was going on through your mind when you decided that that was going to be the move for you.
Look, first of all, I never betrayed anyone. The guys from Team Europe asked me if I wanted to compete first before anyone else reached out, and uh, so at that point when they asked me, only one team had reached out to me about even competing in any sort of trials, and I was like, I kind of waited a little bit, and I was like, man, you know what? Fuck it, man. I love competing, so let's run it. And then of course after I had already committed to it, did another team reach out, but it was already too late because, like once you commit to something, I feel like it's just not a good look for you to pull out. Um, and then of course I ended up winning, so I guess I have no choice now but to fight alongside my other European members.
Yeah, that is definitely very interesting the way it went down. And I know a lot of European fans were a little bit confused about that. And obviously a lot of people love Taylor Pierman. And so that match in general kind of went down as a little bit of drama. So it is good to know for the fans that you didn't completely seek out the European trials. It was Coach Ferris or someone else that reached out to you and said, hey, let me fly you out. Let me wine and dine you and get you on this Team European trip, Misfits team.
Yeah. First, yeah, I didn't reach out to anyone, as I said last time. Still no butt licking going on my end. But if you ask me to compete and it seems like the competition is gonna be good, like of course I'm gonna say yeah. Like why would I not say automatically yeah? And there was the possibility that maybe uh, Owen was also gonna be in it. I wasn't really sure who was gonna be in it uh, when I got asked, but it seemed like I was like, okay, well, he's the obvious 88, so I'm definitely more interested now. So, uh, it was really tough for me to say no to a competition where other really good guys are going to be there. So that's on them, man. Don't put it on me. And I'm sure I have somewhere down the line some Spanish, Portuguese ancestry. You know what I mean? Maybe I just want to get back to my roots. All right.
After the fact, there was a lot of people that were insinuating that they wanted you to have that spot. When it went into overtime, which wasn't even supposed to be about the trials, Coach Ferris asked the crowd, hey, should we do an overtime? And then he drops a bomb on Taylor Pierman that it is going to be ADCC style rules. I think Coach Ferris then later said in an interview that the decision would have gone your way. And so the overtime was actually giving Taylor an opportunity to show off a great slide by that he's been working on.
Taylor could wrestle, bro. I thought he was going to hit the Colchester slide by, but this one was imagining. I was like, he goes up against Paul Ardila, right? Paul's tired, breathing heavy, it's off a flight from Atlanta. And he just stands up, right? He puts the collar on him, Taylor just slide bys him, foot sweeps in, whole crowd goes crazy. Yeah, that would have been worth more than anything, bro. We would have just stopped the match there. Yeah, Taylor.
That's it.
Just like that. But, obviously, Paul, dogged it and managed to take him down. He kind of put him up against the wall, smart, and then Taylor couldn't back over and then put him down.
So what is your takeaway from, I guess, the banter after the fact that the European team members had kind of made a rule set so that you would win?
Yeah, I mean, first of all right, I learned of the rules the day before the actual tournament, and I'm sure Ferris, who is, what is it, like a team member of Taylor's Los Banditos team or whatever, like I'm sure they talked about the rules a long time ago, right? So I'm not goofy. Like I learned the rules, and they something along these lines were the factors of how they were going to consider who won the match. Number one, initiations. Number two, submission attempts. Number three, positional control. And then lastly, penalties, right? So I'm in the middle of this match with this guy. We're both guard players, right? I suck on top. I know this. Everybody home knows this, right? But I'm like, okay, so we're both tied. We've both gotten the same amount of penalties. If I go on top, automatically, the third factor, positional control, I'm going to be 1-0. And if I can initiate some movement and stop him from any initiations, I'm objectively going to win per the rules that his boy set up, right? So anyway, match was boring as fuck, of course, because I'm not a top player, but this man wasn't really trying to do anything. So I was like, all right, well, fuck, I'm not going to do anything either, right?
Why did you do the ADCC overtime rules?
You did him dirty, bro. You did him dirty.
How fucked is that? By your own boys? Yeah, by my own boys, yeah, it's fucked. Mystery overtime with the rest of it, yeah.
The reason why is because, long story short, the match was boring as hell. You guys are fighting for a spot to be on CJI and no one's risking and going for anything. They were both double card seated for like 2-3 minutes, sitting, playing footsie. Paul took the initiative to stand up and start passing. Taylor at any point could have done that. I think the fact that Paul came up on top is what swayed it for the judge. I just didn't want it to end like that. Someone also said ADCC overtime, and I was just like, that sounds pretty good.
See, a stalemate, right? So we're gonna have to bring back the infamous ADCC rules. So the 4 minutes extra time ADCC. No guard.
It just changes the dynamic of the fight now.
But I do some initiations to try to pass guard, and he doesn't do shit. So I'm like, hey, I won this easy, no overtime. I'm tired as fuck, especially like the last minute. I was really trying to pass hard, so I just went in, exhausted myself, and then we're like, hey, now we're gonna do overtime. I was like, man, I'm tired as fuck. I don't want to do overtime. I want to go home. All right, go ahead and bring down the tequila bottle because I'm tired. I'm done. But yeah, I mean, I thought objectively, per the rules that were set, I should have won in the regular time. So I was also surprised that there was going to be an overtime. But I will say, what more could anyone expect for an overtime? Like, did they just want the same shit? Like, another 4 minutes of the man pulling guard and me trying to pass and nothing really happening? Like, of course, they had to create some sort of rule set where something was going to happen. You know what I mean? So I guess it just kind of makes sense. But, you know, I do have a long history of wrestling, so so the rule set did favor me, but the overtime favored him because, I mean, I just feel like we shouldn't have been there to begin with.
Yeah, and I feel like because you're a lawyer, you were having issues accepting the fact that maybe you lost the argument in this case because you were immediately getting aggressive with Taylor Pearman in the comments saying, hey, if you want to run it back here in Atlanta, we can. We'll put money on it. And whatever rule set you'd like, I think was the challenge. And Taylor was kind of just like, that doesn't really sound that great. So what is it from your perspective? I know you're just talking a little bit of shit and it's probably not completely ill will, but I know that it was probably frustrating for you having people think that you were just kind of set up to win.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, especially as kind of like things were transgressing, I started to feel like more like, hey man, was I just brought out here to like help the tournament with like a lot of credibility? Maybe like I wasn't really sure if they were like, hey man, this is Paul could win this, or like Paul can help that the trials, you know, it's going to make it seem like, you know, we have some big names in here, but not necessarily to win. I'm not going to lie. So I wasn't really sure kind of at the end what I was brought on, like what my role was going to be, whether it was as an actual possible winner or just someone to help with the credibility of the tournament. Either way, after the fact, in my head, here's the thing. In my head, I'm like, hey man, I want regular decision time, right? And objectively also, I want overtime. So I'm like, what could you possibly say to be a sore loser about? And then my boy still finds a way to, apparently, because I started getting a lot of screenshots, my boy was just going around talking about, it's rigged. You know, it was a conspiracy against me. I swear it. So I was like, all right, man. Well, look, if you're like complaining about rules, why don't we just have a match with no rules whatsoever? And I also heard that he got a little payout. So I was like, I know he's got some money, so why don't we just bet on it, right? Let's do another competition with no rules, and we can put some money on it, and the winner gets, you know, the full bag or whatever. and he doesn't want to do it. So I'm just like, yo, you can't complain about rules, and then I give you what you want with no rules, and you still don't want to do it. All right, man, whatever, man. You just want to complain, then just complain away, my boy.
Yeah, I definitely see both sides. When I asked Craig about the situation, he was like, hey, the coach, if he wants to be biased and like make the rule set so a certain way so that he gets the person that he wants, he can do that. So I think that was him kind of insinuating that maybe that's what happened. But when I talked to Coach Ferris, he said he was really trying to give Taylor a good shot, but he kind of had this like sense of, I don't know, sarcasm, like, oh yeah, Taylor has this really good slide by, so we thought he was gonna win. But either way, you earned the position and you have locked in your spot for CJI 2. You weren't there at the inaugural CJI. So what are the emotions like knowing that you're gonna be part of the biggest grappling tournament of the year?
Real quick, if my boy Ferris had a lot of bias towards me, I wish he would have shown it before the overtime. You know what I mean? Just show it in regular time. I'm tired, man. You know, if you're really biased,
flying you out, I think, is biased. No, I think that's like he flew you out. He didn't do that for anyone else. I don't think. I think you were the Lone Ranger.
I mean, I think everyone else was from Europe. You know, I don't really know. Like, did they want like a $10 reimbursement for the bus ticket? Like, I'm not really sure what. I mean, how can you get flown out from London to London? You know what I mean? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, obviously, you know what I mean? I came from Atlanta. So, I mean, I guess it would make sense to reimburse me for my flight. Yeah, I don't.
So he wasn't showing bias towards you when you landed there, though, is what you were saying. Continue.
I met this man at the tournament itself. You know what I mean? Like, I met everyone on Saturday, right? And, you know, there wasn't really any sort of, like, special attention or anything. I just said, what's up to everyone? And then next thing you know, the tournament started. You know what I mean? That was that. Yeah, no, I think if there was some sort of clear bias, my boy, feel free to show it during any sort of like subjective period where a judge has to make a decision. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and say, Paul won this. Paul is tired, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and call it a day. Like, why even, if there's an obvious bias, why give it an opportunity for me to lose? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if there's an end to it, just to be like, all right, Paul wins, everybody can go home. But anyway, I'm not saying that there is or there isn't because I have no way to show one way or the other. I'm just saying it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, if you want someone to win and the regular time has ended and you can help like shift the decision towards the guy you want to win, why give it like another opportunity for the guy to lose? It just wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You know what I mean? Also, everybody knows my cardio is ass. So why even make it worse for me?
Yeah, it's definitely, now that the fans will also know that you were reached out originally by Team Europe instead of Americas, it makes more sense. But before knowing this, I was totally gonna pull your chain a little bit and be like, oh, you're just egomaniac over here. Couldn't just ask for an invite to Americas, no butt licking from Paul Ardila. But now that I know that they specifically sought you out, they wanted to fly you out to be there, and now you just, added to the trials boogeyman aspect. What do you think that experience was like? Like, it wasn't the most professionally run environment, but was it still like was it one of the most fun experiences you've had as a competitor?
Yeah, I mean, the tournament I liked it, man. I mean, I gotta be honest with you, like, big arenas and all this stuff, like, yeah, that's cool, but like the intimacy of the tournament, hearing the fans scream, it's just a different feeling. I like it. I prefer it as opposed to like the bigger tournaments, but I'm not against one or the other. I'm just saying this one was way more fun. And you just get like a sort of energy, especially when you know that people don't want you to win and you win. It just makes it that much better. But I will say, man, like I think this was the first tournament ever that I've ever been mounted, and I was just like, whoa, what is going on right now, man? Get me out of here. Yeah, it was rough because I landed the day before, and so I didn't get a chance to like train that same night because I had a bunch of work and stuff, but whatever. Anyway, so when I started competing, I was like, man, I'm fucking tired, man. And it was just crazy. It was just a crazy chain of events.
So what do you think about the analysis of your team? Craig recently said that he thinks the strongest Misfits team is Australasia. He might be a little bit biased considering he's from Australia, but what do you think about how this European Misfits squad stacks up?
Oh man, that's a tough question. That's a tough question for me. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of other people will probably know about other teams and stuff, but I've just never really been one to like bother myself with who like my opponents are going to be necessarily, like like what their names are and stuff. I just look at more like their techniques. Australasia, it's Fabricio Andre, who got 77.
Levi Jones Leary.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
88. Oh, my boy Kid Dale.
No. Lucas Conard 99 or
Oh.
Bilal. He's over 99. Declan Moody under 99. Lucas Canard, the guy that submitted Victor Hugo in under a minute for the biggest upset. So yeah, they have a strong team. I wonder what is going to be the matchups going in. I know Craig mentioned European Misfit or Australia Asia Misfits team is looking like the strongest. So I'll try to keep them as far away from B team as possible. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're not allowed to do that because last year we did random lotteries so that it was completely fair in the bracket. It wasn't up to Craig. So for you, if you are on the European Misfits team, who would you say would be your preferred first round matchup?
I don't really know what. Actually, I think I just saw the Pedigo. I mean, I don't know. Everyone is really so tough. Even if, as you were saying, the teams just now, or the Australia Asia team, 66 kilos. Let's just imagine it were weight class against weight class, right? Fabricio against Owen. I don't really think that Fabricio's someone who will dominate Owen or Owen dominates Fabricio. I think it will be a really tight match. And then 77, we have the Polish guy against Levi, right? Both guard players. I think Levi generally does better when the guy is more of a top player as opposed to
Another leg lock,
two guard players. So, that could go back and forth. And if not, then it's very likely to end in a draw. 88, of course, it was Lucas Canard against myself. Both guard players. I'm not playing top again. I just did that to win, you know what I mean? But to win these little trials. But I'm sticking to my submission-based game. And I don't know why he would think that the Australia Asia team is way stronger than our Europe team. When just now in my head I'm putting each weight classes together, and I wouldn't say that there's a definitive, hey, this guy's way better than this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, if I were to go against any team, look, man, I'm not talking mess. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not talking mess, but just strategically, I will go against the new team, Pedigo, because they're way more wrestling based, and the majority of the guys in the Europe team are leg lock based, which is a wrestler's worst nightmare. If the leg locker can get them in the first couple minutes, then we're good to go. And then generally speaking, if the leg locker doesn't get them, then it's very likely to end in a draw because the wrestler is going to dominate positionally afterwards, but they're not really going to submit anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's definitely a good strategy. And I will be sure to clip it out in a way that looks like you're talking trash. When it comes to potential rematches, we're obviously coming off of a great PGF Season 7. Does Paul Ardila go to bed at night being like, I'm going to get that win against Ryan Aiken back? Or are you indifferent to potential rematches that you could be getting at CJI?
So I don't know how it played out on camera or whatever, but I actually like Ryan, man. You know what I mean? He's a nice dude.
Yeah.
I know there was some conflict with him and Ernesto. You know what I'm saying?
Ernesto be starting shit with everybody.
By the way, I'm not sure why the camera work in Europe try to make Ernesto seem like he was being apologetic for talking that shit, because I'm in the middle of, or like I'm in the end of the match, and I see Ernesto, and I know when Ernesto's getting ready to swing. So I'm like, oh fuck, so I'm over here, you know, I had to go over there because Ernesto was getting ready to scrap on this little guy, and I was like, yo man, this is Ernesto, it's just you and me and like 50 Brits. You know what I mean? Relax, my boy, because you know we're about to get our asses whooped. So just calm down for a second, all right? But yeah, no. The reality of things is Ernesto was ready to go, and then I was like, hey man, let's simmer down. You know what I mean? Logistically, we're not winning this, all right? We're not leaving here with a W, all right? But no, at PGF, there was maybe a little disagreement between the two of them. And I'm always going to back up my boy Ernesto, but on some separate business, you know, Ryan has been nothing but nice to me, and I think I've been nothing but nice to Ryan. So I actually like Ryan. I will say, though, given the rules of CJI, I don't know, man. I don't know how that match will play out, but I do want it. Of course I want it. You know, like I said, I'm interested in any match against someone who I'm like, man, this guy's really. Yo, man, can you relax?
Is
That's
that
my
your
dog.
body?
He's going up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Get a shot of him.
Was he?
Yes. It was just his birthday. He's trying to be an attention whore. Hi. That always works for my dog. Wow, he's a good looking guy. So cute.
But anyway, yeah, that match will be nice, and I would love to have that match.
When it comes to the experience that CJI is planning on bringing, there's going to be a different aspect. I don't know if you've ever really competed in the quintet style format. I guess like with PGF, it's kind of similar because you could potentially get a draw. The only way you could win is a submission. But the other element that I feel like is really cool is not knowing who is next. And there's going to be Royal Rumble-like entrances for all of these fighters. How does that impact your, I don't know, maybe your anxiety or nerves towards it? Because now you can't really prepare in any sort of way for like specific matchups, because it's just going to be completely random, like decisions made on the day by the coach.
I don't really think like it impacts my anxiety or anything like that. I can't think of anyone that I'm just like, oh my God, my timbers are shivered. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't think of anyone that I'm like afraid to go against, especially because in our sport, you know what I mean? If I'm ever like, this position can really hurt me, I just hit him with and I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I mean, on a separate note, I think it is cool that we're doing this whole like big like exposition, Royal Rumble coming out. I did do a tournament once that it was like that. Like you pick the order of the weight classes that were gonna go beforehand, and then you went. It kind of turned out that mainly it was just this when it was the small guy going against the bigger guy, his whole mindset was just like, yo, I'm just gonna stall this out. You know what I mean? Like, and then because for example, I did a competition, like a team competition, where I ended up going against John Combs. And it was me chasing him around the mat. I shit you not. It was me chasing him around the mat for 8 minutes. Like, it was so funny, man. Like, we were going from corner to corner. I was just trying to chase him till I grab him and pull him in. But yeah, I mean, but it wasn't just him against me. That was just a strategy of anyone who was smaller going against a bigger opponent. So, I mean, we'll see how this one plays out. Maybe because everyone here is so like submission oriented, it might be different. You know what I mean? Like the smaller guys might just be like, fuck it, I'm trying to see what I can get.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very exciting, and it's going to have a big payout for whichever team avails. What would Paul Ardila do with his share of $1 million?
With 200K?
Yes.
Well, let's see. I'll probably give like 25, 30K to my brother, 25, 30K to Ernesto. Maybe give like 25 or 30K to my mom or something like that. Spread around some of the others to anyone that I like. and maybe like wean down until I get to about 100. And I don't know, man. Maybe go gamble 20K and then figure out what to do with the rest.
Wow.
Blow it on something fun.
That sounds like a good plan. A lot of other people have been saying like, oh, I'm going to invest it. Oh, I'm going to expand the gym. But that sounds like a good way to spend the money other than the gambling. I guess that's a big Atlanta thing.
Look, man, I mean, and anything I gain from jiu-jitsu is not something that I'm thinking like, oh, man, this is going to supplement my primary income. And my primary income is, all of my income from my law firm. So I'm, not to humble brag or anything, but 200K is not really going to change my life. No offense.
Yeah, but that could be more money for plenty of more little baby Roddies because your friend over there seems to need a friend. He needs a lot of attention right now. So I'm going to let you give him all the attention that he needs. But I know you do have a big seminar tour, or maybe not a seminar tour, an event that you have going up. So tell the audience what you have going down, I think in November.
That's right. So in November, we have a camp in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's quite possibly, apart from having just some really good jiu-jitsu, good practices from really great instructors, there's really nothing like the magic that you feel being in Rio. I don't know what it is about that place, but it's just such a good place to be. Stress just seems to dissolve alongside the beach or the coastline. Of course, train jiu-jitsu. Maybe if you like to party, go party. If not, just come hang out with us at the beach and play a little volleyball, drink some caipirinha, some coconut water, and enjoy life a little bit away from the day-to-day hustle and bustle of the United States or wherever you're from. We have some guys from Canada last year, and we have some people from Poland coming this year. So,
yeah, and in the interview that I said with you, if any girls are interested, it's like a whole long list of girls that are going to participate, which is kind of rare in the jiu-jitsu scene. Like some of these seminars, that always ends up being only guys, which is not super fun. But I think that is an awesome thing that you will be up to. CJI 2 will be here before you know it, so you can focus on that for now. Are you going to have any of your Atlanta squad members, family out for this juggernaut of an event?
Yeah. In fact, as soon as I came back from London, a lot of guys here were already saying like, hey, I just got a ticket to go to CJI. I just bought a ticket to go to CJI. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot of excitement around the event. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If my crew is there cheering me on, I'm gonna do some wild shit, man. I'm just gonna be like, if I see a flying anything and my people are cheering me on, I'm liable to do whatever. Because here's the thing, at the gym, right? At the gym, sometimes we'll have little competitions. And if I just feel like the crowd is with me, I just start doing crazy shit. So, my people are there. First of all, I can't wait and hope to see that they're there. And if they are there, I'll do something special for them. Why not?
And
little flying triangle.
Yeah, we got to see some fun stuff and creative ways to use the pit. When it comes to meeting up with the team, I know you're not based out of Europe. I heard Coach Ferris says that he might be taking a trip to Atlanta, bringing the squad, and you guys will do a little practice.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. I haven't really been talking to the guys day to day. Of course, I don't live there or anything like that. But yeah, if they come to Atlanta, that'll be amazing. Especially, here, I'm generally one of the bigger guys from my team, so it would be good to have. Imagine having Marcin every single day, just rampaging you up and down the mat. Yeah, you will be ready for whatever, man. This man's style is so fun to watch, but not go against. So yeah, if he helps me train, that would be really, really nice.
Marcin is definitely so likable, and so is Owen Jones. He's also trying to get his gym going in Atlanta as well. So you guys could become besties.
Oh, Owen, I already like Owen, man. Owen's cool as fuck. He came down actually, and we trained already one time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's a good dude, and he's not that big, but when he feels massive on top, man, he's got really good pressure on top. But yeah, no. And then Marcin, and then Negromonte, who I thought he was going to be primarily a pressure guy, and he's like an amazing leg locker too, man. That's just like pretty much, man. Let me ask you something, which I don't know. Is there like are there like, what is it called? Can you like trade team members and stuff like that, or not really?
No, not really. I feel like for you guys, it might be an exception considering I think Taylor Pearman is going to be announced for the America's Misfits. But I don't know, like, in terms of, like, you definitely, once you guys are weighed in, like, that's the team for the weekend. So up until then, like, if there are trades, then yeah. But I don't think, like, once you guys are weighed in, it's locked.
Got you. I mean, before that, because I think Marcin he's in, but at the same time, he's like doing another super fight for the spot he already won. You know what I mean?
Oh, he might be running it back with the Neanderthal. He might get paid to do another trials. Right. Yeah.
Also, so Taylor's doing the American one?
That's not officially announced, so we'll probably cut that out. But yeah, people like really feel like he got screwed. So like they're trying to make up by having him be on the America's Misfits team. I'm just like, just put Paul on the America's Misfits team. But you already earned the spot with Europe. You want to be on Europe.
Who's in the American team? I know Greg reached out, and so he did reach out, and then he and I were talking, and he told me everyone who he was hoping to have on the team, but I did forget who's gonna be. I know Devontae Johnson and Bones is gonna be like their plus 99, I think, or something like that, but I don't remember who else is in it. Oh, and then Corbett 66, right?
Yeah, Corbett's for sure. I heard some rumors about Dorsey. But yeah, nothing has been official on that. And I think he's going to be the next person that I catch up with. But up until the event, trades are very possible. So considering the status with you in Europe and then Marcin, like I'm suspecting a lot of movement could potentially happen. But at least you're locked in for sure because you got it at trials. So.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, man. If they want me to rep the U.S., man, Taylor and I could, have a little fight and then switch squads, man. I don't care. You
just want the smoke with Taylor. Taylor's my homeboy. I saw you. I didn't watch your whole clip to the end, but then you were like, "Oh, CJ, I like the comment," and I was just like, because Taylor's so right in this situation. But that's so funny that you want the smoke with Taylor. I'm talking to him tomorrow, and we will get down to the bottom of this. But until then, head to CJI2.com. August 30th and 31st is going to be here before you know it. So if you want to watch this man in action and find out which team is the best in the world, you're going to want to be there. Before I let you go, Paul, I want to get a little opinion on PGF. They're going out for a 3-month season, and this time they're doing something cool. If something interesting happens, there's going to be people with $500 of just cash that they can chuck at the people. What is your perception of adding that element to PGF?
First of all, I had an interview earlier today with Jiu-Jitsu magazine, and I swear to you, I just went off on PGF. I love PGF. I just feel like it's already an extremely unique tournament that I told them. The guy who I was interviewing with at JITS, I feel like every grappler, hopefully they get the opportunity, but if they can do something about it, they should apply, do whatever, hit up whoever they got to hit up, because this is a once in a lifetime experience sort of tournament. You know what I mean? So you got to be in it. But the fact that now they're throwing money into the ring, that is hilarious, man. And very likely I'm gonna be there too. So I'm gonna go ahead and withdraw my own $500. Yeah, I mean, if that's the only entry in order for me to be able to throw things in there, yeah, I would draw $500. Why not?
It definitely incentivizes the action, and it is for whoever did the exciting thing if they throw it in. I think it's for flying arm bars, whatever cool thing that they could do, they want to, reward whoever does it. Are you planning on being there in support of Sergio? I saw that he was on the roster originally and now he's an alternate. What are the chances that we see your brother, the black belt attorney, at PGF Season 8?
Yeah, so, I mean, can this be disclosed or I don't even know, man. Because now every tournament is
We'll work with what we got. If we can't post it, then we will post it, but.
Okay. So initially, my brother was part of the original roster, right? And then they were like, hey, instead of doing 5 days, we're going to do 5 weeks, right? but we already have a trip, and we had a trip like around Europe already planned in between. So then they hit him up, and they're like, "Oh man, will you be an alternate?" And he was like, "Yeah, all right, I can be an alternate, but just as long as you guys understand, like I have this, schedule conflict going on." And they're like, "Yeah, we understand, and yeah, that's cool with us." So now he's gonna be in as an alternate. So I'll be there because of that, and hopefully, I mean, I'm gonna like, just between us, man. I feel like the roster this time around makes it so like, my brother can be super competitive against everyone there. It's just like the matchups are gonna be really good for him. Yo, man, relax.
He needs something.
He just needs attention. I told you I just got home from work, and now he's just like, "Yo, what's good, man? Let's play."
Well, I love it. I'm excited that your brother might be part of PGF because this is going to be the biggest season yet, despite season 7 being amazing. If there's any sponsors, teammates, or anyone you want to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, you already know, man. The only people I shout out are my brother Sergio Ardila, my little brother Ernesto Rivera, aka the Fighter, aka Little Dynamite.
He's something else.
That was just a little clip for me to send to him later. I hope you know that. Shout out to my team, American Top Team, and all my training partners. Of course, to my city, Atlanta, and that's about it. Can't wait for PGF. I'm excited. I think the season's gonna be crazy. We have also, I think, another guy from Atlanta, Brady, who will be competing there. His
Brady
nickname
Hilton, yes.
Yeah. Cat Poppy.
He does love his cats. He told me that's half his personality. I'm like, it makes sense.
But yeah, if not, I'll see you guys there. I have $500 ready to throw at someone. So is this mid-match that I'm throwing it, or is this after the match?
It is mid-match, which I'm like, are they just going to keep on rolling? Like, it's going to be such a distraction.
Someone's going to be blinded by me just...
If you enjoyed that interview, be sure to check out this one. If you want to keep up with all the latest and greatest news that I'm covering, be sure to follow my socials at AlexWendlingX. I'm on Twitter/X. I'm on Instagram, and then of course my YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe here. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the things that I am covering in the future.